We got ourselves team 1 together with Alpharas on the team. They join us back as an Holy Death Day. We got Bacon in the back as a Feral Druid. Chill Pills on the Frosty DK. I'm liking that set a lot with a Frostful Tabard. It really fits the Death Knight theme. We got Hamawari back as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves a Luffy looking to play some Windwalker on the other team, team 2. We got ourselves team Chicago, but the boy ain't gonna be first up. We got Revendare on the team. Looks like they're gonna be first up. Baja Brew trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Backing up out of there. Bones of Seal waiting for their turn to the sub rogue. We got Bryce Crane. Wait, Bryce Crane. I guess is the what you're calling it. Wait, it looks like it is actually gonna be Baja Brew. I thought it was gonna be Revendare for a second, running out, going for a quick concussive shot. But it looks like it is going to be Baja Brew in the end versus Chilpus first up. Oh, maybe Revendare was like, wait, Chilpus is first? Alright, you can go first, Monk. I'll let you go first. Maybe you'll be able to leg sweep him, lock him down, drop him down, big chain of ice, onto Baja Brew with a sudden fall of dust, streaking out of it as Chilpus was able to root down Baja during his own coolness blind onto Baja. As his birds got actually completely shut down. Looks like Chilpus barely sacrificed any defensive cooldowns in order to be able to survive that. That is fantastic. As a Frost Death Knight, this is the perfect situation you want to be in. He is getting kind of low on health, but that Zuwen is going to be an extra target for him to generate runic power off of and get a couple death strikes off of. Hopefully Hamawari isn't going to be clipped out in the open. Hamawari, you may want to back up a little bit. I don't know if you're sitting in stealth or you're out of stealth. I can't tell. Oh, you're out of stealth. Okay, cool. As long as these guys know where you are. Because if you're in stealth and you get AoE'd, Baja could be like, wait, what is this Feral Druid doing on top of me? Wait. I feel like it creates a situation of confusion where he could think like you're just trying to attack you and trying to sneak up on him or something. But at least having you out in the open like that is fine. Maybe you just let him know, hey, I'm next. Chilpus streaking it out. Stone onto Baja Brew. Looking to cleave him down. Oh, and the Frost Death Knight bursts as soon as he gets the streaking out of the enemy target. Catch him in that Remorse's Winter Stone. Freeze their bones and go for the Pillar of Frost. Obliterate Cleave. Taking him down and splitting the enemy in two. With a big old two-handers, a Frost DK becomes quite easy. Stone on Chill Pills as it gets opened up by Revendare out in the middle of between the pillars rather. AMS up for Chill Pills, trying to reduce some of the explosive damage from the Death Strike. Death Shockham's Death Strike. I'm gonna be getting all of these abilities mixed up tonight, boys. I'm just feeling it's that kind of a night. Chill Pills trying to keep himself stabilized against the pets because the double T-Rexes on him. Did sacrifice ABF as well as an AMS, no trinket available, but needs to make a play versus Revendare. That is a human with a relentless trinket. So the stun from Moses Winter and the blind from Blinding Sleet isn't going to be as effective, but that control with roots and slows is going to be fantastic. One of the pets down. Looks like might have been just a side pet for Revendare. Trying to see if he can land a stun blind onto Revendare after he started the Remorse Winter. Trying to see if he can make some big blitz happen. It's going to be Revendare, I believe, human racialing out of the stun. So that's going to be Revendare not able to break out of the stun for 3 more minutes. Which puts him kind of in the open. Again, that relentless trinket is going to help him out. It's going to let him escape that stun, the shackles of that frosty tomb, the prison of Remorse's Winter a little bit faster. But maybe Chill Pills, maybe that'll be enough that the 3 seconds of lockdown will be enough to get a couple of back-to-back obliterates versus Revendare. Chill Pills just trying to see if he can stabilize. This is where Revendare could potentially push in. Chill Pills does not have the same longevity when it comes to damage or survivability that Revendare does. Revendare can just continue kiting, give himself a leech pet, do a little bit of damage and let that leech help him recover, or pop a heal on a pet, which that leech will allow them to heal themselves as well. So actually, longevity and sustained damage is a lot better than Chill Pills, who's very CD reliant. Chill Pills trying to see if he can advance towards Revendare. Does he have the big grippy hand? This potential could be a big go. Turtle shell out of Revendare before Chill Pills committed 80 cooldowns, but we do see that Ethan sitting on a full runic power. He can do whatever he wants to do with it. That's back-to-back death strikes at the range. Trying to see if he can lock down Revendare. As they're attempting to see if they can back up, but the rune keeps him in place, blind with a stun, big grippy hand. The rogue is getting gripped in. That's going to be back-to-back obliterates. Just 2 oblits is all what he really needed. Getting gripped up on Chicago, taking the momentum onto the shaman. Absolutely blasted him out with assaults. Oh my god! What just happened? Chilpins just took that momentum. Chicago gave it in with a static totem in place. Got yoinked in. That silence was super effective, locking out Chicago from being able to heal themselves. And those obliterates just continued the onslaught. He just took that rampy damage he gets from the Pillar of Frost and continued those obliterates back to back onto the shaman. Jesus Christ. Bones of Steel is going to be up next, forcing an IBF out of Chilpas as well as the Death Pact. And Chilpas sending out the Frostworm's Fury, sending out the Frost Drake to keep the rogue at least a little bit in combat, but looks like it wasn't enough. Looks like it hits him, but doesn't put him in combat. Or still allows him to use a stealth. He didn't vanish for it or anything. Stun into Bones of Steel. Chupa's just trying to see if he can play defensively. He's gonna take the stun and find himself a little bit of a reset. Caught a couple of death strikes off of the rogue. The rogue is actually out in the open without a Cloak of Shadows, without an evasion, with a vanish blind. So at least he has tools to reset from Chupa's, but he doesn't have defensive tools at all. Chupa's taking a bit of the damage back to back. Death strikes are gonna be huge here. The harder you hit, the harder you hit a Death Knight, the harder death strikes will heal. As long as I have a full bar runic power before the dampener really goes up, you get hit for big. Those next 2 death strikes, if you can chain them back to back, are gonna be brutal. Blind onto the rogue immediately, trying to see if he can force a trinket out of him. Chilpas may have to go in with a stun, trying to see if he can make him more winter with a stun onto a root onto the rogue, just actually standing right out of his side of his range. Blind onto the Death Knight. So Bones of Steel can avoid being locked down with burst into that stun. That's a very, very tricky blind. Eating a Death and Decay, Ghoul around the corner, will potentially keep the rogue in combat for a bit here. If the Ghoul is careful, it looks like, why is Ghoul? Why is this mindless undead Ghoul literally the smartest pet I've ever met? Honestly, like Shaman pets are not super smart, Warlock pets are never smart. The Ghoul has to be the smartest AI pet in World of Warcraft. This is just not even like a real Ghoul, it's just a summon that a Frost Death Knight gets. You can't even control it. And look how effective this pet is being at keeping the rogue in combat. I can't even imagine a moment where Earth Elemental was that effective. This Ghoul right now is literally the hero that Chilpos needs. He's literally out here, and he's going to give Chilpos a little bit extra health to work with, because he can just sacrifice for a bit of runic power. But the rogue is getting denied a reset. Got himself calm points off of the pet. Trick it out Chilpos. Try to see if he can go for a root into Bones of Steel. Cloak of Shadows by the rogue. Has vanish out in case he wants to. As long as this rogue does not get stunned up, he will be in an okay spot. Trick it available. He's going to go for a vanish, but Chilpos is right on top of him. Does he know that he's literally on the rogue? I think he more or less knew that he was next to rogue somewhere. There should be a dot on the rogue either way, but looks like there isn't. I forget, Monster Winter does not apply your dot, does it? It doesn't apply... it doesn't apply your Frost Fever at all. I feel like it should though. I feel like how good would that be? Gonna be a root immediately onto the rogue as he goes in aggressive with Chilpas with an evasion, trying to become literally immune to all physical damage. IBF on Chilpas with a death pack. Got himself grippy hand. Bones of Steel has nowhere to go. Quick disarm on Chilpas. He got himself that big A-bomb limb. He got himself that disarmed A-bomb limb to help him keep going. Root into the rogue with a silence to follow. Not sure what you can silence, but that remote switch is definitely going to stop him. Do you help the Obliterates to make it happen? Trick it out of the rogue, and oh, he does run over the rogue. With Briz, Crane gonna be up next. Immediate root by the Death Knight. Immediately roots him. Quick grip, as this is where Chilpas now wants to get some value off him. Gonna grip him, couple of death strikes, back up out of there. Briz actually took a bit of damage, decided to use defensives and offensive at once, but Chilpas backed up out of the Venthyr, Fury Warrior, so actually should have a little bit more survivability versus Chilpas. That Venthyr ability should reduce how much damage Chilpas does to Briz, as long as Chilpas is either high on health or low on health. If it's high on health, if Briz goes for a couple of those aggressive eviscerates, or executes rather, he should be able to get a lot of defense versus the Death Knight, or at least lots of upfront defense. Briz with immediate reflect. I don't know what Chilpas really reflected back to himself. Probably a Frost Fever, summoning up a pet. That's gonna be a root onto Briz. Briz can go for executes, should be going for them condemns with Chilpas, trying to go for survivability. Stun, big damage, burst onto Briz. Oh, 2 oblits back to back is all that it took. My goodness, what a start to the evening. Not only did Chilpas walk in, was able to beat a monk Windwalker, which is not usually easy, was able to counteract the rogue, was able to just reverse a lot of potential awful hunter into the shaman, just take that bursty momentum and just carry it over and just absolutely savage these boys out.